clothing today, but then I realized when I stepped out, it's not too bad.
That's
It's
it.
nice.
Hi, Penny from Newfoundland. Rainy Oshawa, Vancouver. Hi, Charlene. Oh, Charlene, I didn't realize you're in Vancouver area. Oh, Lynn's from Quebec. Bonjour. Oh, Rosie from Montreal. Because you know what? We have all of the spoiled agents on from across Canada for you, Lisa.
Yes, fantastic. We are happy and
Saskatoon.
excited to be able to tell them about the Spirit of Barbados. And it's, with technology, it's so, that you can have everyone here in one space and you don't have to travel, you don't have to leave. Some persons could be at home in their PJs and just listening to what Barbados have to offer here.
It's true. It's true. We try to make it easy for everybody here at Spoiled Agent, that's for
Yep.
sure. All right, we're just going live everywhere. Just give us a quick moment. Already got some Spoiled Agents on Facebook as well. Hello, Facebook friends. We've got friends on Zoom. Hello, Derek from Saskatoon. Oh, hi, Leslie Ann from Port Perry, Ontario. I love Port Perry. Hi, everybody. Really great to see everybody today on this
So I
amazing
see
Friday.
we have persons here from Delta, BC. We have Port Perry. We have few persons here from Quebec. Welcome.
Quebec City.
Calgary, all across Canada. This is fantastic.
Amazing. Okay, useful technology. That's it. Amazing. Aileen, I guess you're traveling around, so we're glad you're joining us today. We're going to get started because we have a lot of spoiled agents on all over. We are live on Zoom. We are live on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn and we're live on YouTube. So we really have it covered. All of our spoiled agents across Canada see our friend Lisa Baston from the Barbados Tourism Authority. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fantastic.
Great. We're so happy to see you. We love working with all of you guys there, all of our friends, Britta, Dario, Uquili, yourself, just to name a few, Cheryl in the background too. We know we're
Yep.
really
We
happy.
have
We
a new
love.
one. We have a new associate. Her name is Leanne. You have to meet her. So there's also
Oh,
Leanne.
okay. I look forward to meeting Luann through
Yes.
the coming year. Hi. So I just want to say we got our friends on Facebook as well. Hello, Tanya. If you're joining us on Facebook, Facebook only, please make sure you add your email in the comments. If you're joining us on Zoom, we've got you covered because you registered. So we already have your email, not to worry. And why we're doing this is because our friends at Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. are giving away. Well, maybe Lisa, do you want to say what you're giving away today?
Yes, we are giving away two $50 gift cards.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So you guys have to stay on to the question period, but you don't necessarily have to ask a question in order to qualify. And Lisa will reach out to you in the coming days because it's Friday. We want to get this Friday started, right?
Mhm.
And if you get an email from them, open it up because it's really good news, okay, for sure. Again, if you have any questions, only in the Q&A box because we lose them in the chat and we're going to keep them for the chitter chatter, the chat. How's that for sure? And I know, Lisa, you've got some great updates that you're going to share with our spoiled agents. I know you guys recently had a fan there last month, and I love that. And you're going to give some great updates from that too, from our spoiled agents that were there for sure. All right,
Yes.
Miss. Well, over to you. And again, thank you everybody for joining us. I'll see you at the end of the Q&A period.
Okay, thank you. I see we have 61 parts, 62 going and climbing. So I want to welcome you to the Spirit of Barbados webinar. My name is Lisa Batson, and I'm the Business Development Officer responsible for Northern Ontario and British Columbia. So first, I'm going to tell you about our team. So Team Barbados, we are led by our director, Mr. Yusiski. We have our Senior Business Development Officer, Ms. Ukwili Wilson. She's responsible for Ottawa and Ottawa and Quebec. We also have Dario Prescott, who's a business development officer, and he's responsible for Nova Scotia, Atlantic Canada. And we have Rita Graves. She is also a business development officer. So some of you might you're familiar with the team, but I just wanted to introduce. We also have our personal assistant, Miss Cheryl Brathwaite, and we have Leanne Jordan, who is new to the team, and she's our finance officer. Okay, so telling you about Barbados. Barbados is everyone's favorite island. And from, going across Canada, going to all different trade shows, visiting, persons off, visiting different offices, doing sales calls, every, all across Canada, I hear Barbados is my favorite island. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit of our favorite island. So just off the Caribbean island chain, Barbados is the most easterly island in the Caribbean, and it's small. It's of 166 square miles, very small destination, but it's packed with quite a punch. There's so many different things, activities, and to do on the destination. So I'm going to tell you a bit about Barbados.
My name is Tina Ford. I'm a client Spirit Associate here at Mount Gay Distilleries in Barbados.
Welcome to our still house.
Mount Gay dates back officially to the year 1703. So we've been doing what we've been doing for a pretty long time.
Those fruity notes. Now, take a sip.
If you think about traditional Barbadian rum punch, it is very easy to remember. It's 1 of sour, 2 of sweet, 3 of strong, and 4 of weak. And of course, that strong is a Mount Gay rum. What is not to love about Barbados? There's nothing more beautiful than the people. You're able to come out the blue and just share these experiences with the local. The Spirit of Barbados is the everyday people you meet on the street.
My name is Damon Leach, and I'm the chef here at Cocktail Kitchen in Barbados. Right now we're in a very popular spot on the island in Barbados. St. Lawrence Gap is the place to be. Is that right? We opened Cocktail Kitchen 1 month after I won Caribbean Chef of the Year. Breadfruit actually is becoming more popular in restaurants now. Heavily spiced, heavily seasoned as our cuisine. We love for people to come here and experience Barbados. Good beaches, people, birthplace of rum, and good food. Spirit of Barbados is Bajans. Guess what? We sunny all year.
My name is Andre Miller. I am a marine biologist. I am also a PADI instructor here at Barbados Blue at the Hilton. Barbadians, we have a very strong connection to the ocean. To see a reef that was degraded, and then we go back there as a team and we can see healthy staghorn corals and schools of bait fish and then bigger fish. One of the most amazing experiences underwater. The spirit of my beautiful island, Barbados, resides somewhere in that ocean.
So the Spirit of Barbados is an experience. It's nothing tangible. It's an experience. And you have to go to Barbados to experience the Spirit of Barbados. So speaking about going to Barbados, I'm going to tell you about how to get to Barbados. So we have Air Canada and WestJet. These are the two airlines that go to Barbados. All year round, you have Air Canada. So Air Canada have been going to Barbados for over 75 years. Last year, we celebrated 75 years of Air Canada going to Barbados. We're now in the 76th year of them going to Barbados. So they offer year-round nonstop service from Pearson International to Barbados. And with the confidence that they have in Barbados, they have added an additional flight. They have added double daily. So they have on Fridays and Sundays, we have 2 flights going to Barbados. And they also have the seasonal winter service out of Montreal to Barbados 4 times weekly. So usually it's 4 times weekly, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But now they've, based on the demand, they've added an additional flight, which will commence from January until March. And then on Thursdays, to be added an additional flight. So the additional flight will be on Thursdays. We also have WestJet, and WestJet, they also offer year-round service to Barbados from Pearson. And during the winter period, it's 4 times a week from Pearson. And then during the summer, it's twice a week. And there's smooth connections. So there's seamless connections from Vancouver, Calgary, Halifax, Ottawa. So you, in terms of overnighting, you don't have to overnight. There's smooth connections from these locations. Also, there's seamless connection from Montreal, from Vancouver, and Ottawa. Okay, so I'm going to break down this presentation into culture, nature, wellness, and heritage. Speaking about culture, true Bajan culture isn't something that can be held or touched. It's the energy that we bring with us wherever we go. So when you go to Barbados, from the time you step off that aircraft, you're immersing yourself, into the true culture of Bajan. You know, you get that Bajan vibes from the time you exit that aircraft into the airport, from the taxi driver that picks you up from the airport and he takes you to your accommodation. You experience true Bajan culture. Then we're going to speak about a little bit of the heritage. We have the Morgan Lewis Windmill. It's our pride and industry. This is what we are known for. You know, we are known for also heritage. Nature. You can't go to Barbados and not experience the nature of the destination. You know, driving around, you might be doing an island tour and you see the green monkeys. There's so much, there's a lot, if you're into hiking, there's so much to do around the destination. So I'm going to touch a bit more on the nature side of Barbados. And of course, wellness. You know, we are surrounded by water. So there's the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. All around Barbados, there's beaches. And my grandmother would always tell me, you know, when you're stiff or when you're depressed, go to the beach. When I say stiff, I mean, one of the things that we do is we always go to the beach and we call it a sea bath, right? And there's nothing like going to the beach in the morning and having that nice, that nice therapeutic sea bath. So when you're like, when you exercise and you're stiff, so all about wellness. This is what we're going to touch on a little bit here to tell you about going to Barbados and experiencing the beaches. We're well known for our beaches. Then I'm going to touch now about the accommodation in Barbados. So I would tell you the accommodation in Barbados is very diverse, where, there's a wide range of accommodation. I'm going to tell you, it's a place for everyone with options from intimate indulgence or laid back luxury to find your perfect stay. Your clients may or may not want to leave. First, I'm going to tell you about our villas. Our villas are known as our best kept secret. Our villas are modern with tasteful fittings, exquisite furnishings, plush lawns, and staff to cater to every need. So, you might have a multi-generational family, or you might just have that client, I would say a posh client that you think that, they like personalized attention. They like a lot of attention. This is where you recommend one of our villas. And, the villas, I would say, is home away from home, comforts of home away from home. So our villas, they're located inland. You can get a villa on a golf course. You can get a beachfront villa. You can get villas. They're located all around Barbados. So it's just basically what your client is looking for. So I would say, you might have that client, and as an agent, you have to know your clients. One of the things that I would say as you need to know your client and recommend the best fit for your client in terms of accommodation. This is very important. It doesn't make sense recommending a hotel for your guests when you know that your client, they like that personalized touch. They might be high maintenance and they might prefer to have, that personalized touch. So this is when you recommend a villa. So always make sure that you know your client and you recommend the best fit for your client. So here I'm going to tell you a bit about some of the luxury properties in Barbados. And some of the questions that I get from, from travelers, they ask, do Barbados have all-inclusive hotels? And I think the reason that they ask that is because many of the destinations that they travel to, they are, it's a trend to stay in an all-inclusive property. But Barbados is that diverse place. You don't have to stay in an all-inclusive property. There are so many different resorts and options for you to stay in Barbados. So these are just a few I'm going to tell you in the luxury category. We have the Sandy Lane Hotel. This is a 5-dining property. It sits on the Platinum Coast of Barbados, and it's on the west coast of the island. So if you have that high-end client, this is one of the hotels you recommend. We also have Cobbler's Cove. This is a small boutique hotel also on the north of the island. We have Colony Club. This is one of the newer renovated properties, just opened October 1st. It's under the Marriott properties. And they did some renovations to this property, and it's very nice. They have some lagoon-style pools. So this is also, it's not all-inclusive. So some of these hotels are not all-inclusive in this category, but very nice properties. We also have Coral Reef. This is a locally owned hotel. We have the Fairmont Royal Pavilion. Y'all are familiar with this property, and they have all beachfront rooms. So this is also a very nice property. We have the Hilton Hotel. This sits on Carlisle Bay, which is one of the world's best beaches in the world, Carlisle Bay, and Hilton Hotel sits on that beach. We have Little Good Harbor in the north. We have O2 Beach Club and Spa, very nice property. And this is well known for they have a nice wedding package going. So if you have persons looking to get married, they have that. We have St. Peter's Bay on the north of the island. Now, the house is a small boutique adults only hotel. So we have a wide range of properties here on the island. So if you're looking for adults only, this is a very posh adults only property, the house. The Crane Resort is the oldest hotel in the Caribbean. And this sits on the east coast of the island. And over there, you get the very nice pink sand. So that also sits on one of the world's best beaches, the Crane Resort. So you can get rooms there with plunge pools in them. You can get, it's very nice. Also, you have the Sandpiper. This is also part of the Coral Reef family, and it's a small hotel on the west coast of the island. All inclusive. So this is the hot topic. A lot of persons normally ask, are there all-inclusive properties in Barbados? Or some people normally suggest, oh, Barbados, they don't have all-inclusives, right? No, we have a wide range of accommodation in terms of all-inclusive. A lot of persons might be familiar with the Sandals brand. They have 2 properties, all-inclusive. This is on the south coast of the island. And they have between the 2 properties, it's couples only. And they have over 20 restaurants between these 2 properties. We have the Treasure Beach Hotel. It's a small boutique hotel on the west coast of the island, adults only as well. We have Seabridge Beach House. This is very well, this is Seabridge. This is very good for families. I would say it's very good for families. They have a very good kids club program. We have the Abida by Accra on the south coast, Sugar Bay, Tamarin. Right now, Tamarin is part of the Marriott Hotel. So you'll see some properties like Treasure Beach, Tamarin, Crystal Cove, Turtle Beach, Waves Hotel and Spa. That is all part of the Marriott Hotel. So what Marriott, they acquired these properties from the Elegant Hotel Group in 2019, and they actually upgraded these properties. So right now, Tamarin is actually closed to be open in 2026. We have the Sands. The Sands is a really nice property, and it's very familiar with Canadian traveler. A lot of Canadian travelers go to the Sands Hotel. This is on the south coast, a very nice small property. We also have Crystal Cove, that's also currently closed. Crystal and Turtle Beach, as I said, they're part of the Marriott hotels, and they're actually being renovated right now to be open next year. We have Waves Hotel and Spa. It's a very nice little family hotel as well. We also have the Mango Bay Group. This is part of the Sands. We have Little Arches Hotel. This hotel has been on TripAdvisor #1 for many, many years. And we have Sam Lars Castle by Wyndham Grand Resort. This is one of the newer properties that have reopened 2 years ago. And this is on the east coast of the island. So in terms of all-inclusive, we have a wide range of all-inclusive resorts here, on the island. And if you have persons looking to do different conferences and incentive travel, I would recommend Wyndham Grand Resort. So when I speak about mid-range properties, we have, these are properties, more budget-friendly properties. We have the Accra Hotel, Savannah Beach, Bougainvillea. So these properties are more in the mid-range where you can say, persons that are into budget traveling, these properties are the properties that we will recommend. The intimate hotels, these are also very small properties, boutique hotels. We have All Seasons Resort. We have the Blue Horizon. Some of you might be familiar with these for sports groups and stuff traveling. We have the Dover Beach Hotel, Island Inn, Sweetfield Manor. If you're into wellness, Sweetfield Manor is a really nice property into wellness. You can wake up in the morning and there's, if you're not sure if you're familiar with peacocks, this property has peacocks all around the property. So they have a spa there. So these are really nice properties. So Barbados has something for everyone. So, I want to omit the myth of Barbados being expensive. If you have persons who are looking to spend a lot, we have the luxury resorts. If you're looking for persons who want to, they're in terms of their finances, they're on a budget travel. They just want to go and experience Barbados. These are a wide range of properties. And feel free to, at the end, if you want to ask any questions about any of these resorts, feel free to ask me. If you want to reach out to any of your business development officers to recommend any properties, if you have persons looking to are interested in going to Barbados and you don't know, they have a budget and you want us to recommend a property, feel free to reach out to us. So upcoming new hotels, we have the Hyatt Ziva. This the opening day is to be confirmed. It's going to be a luxury property, 380 rooms and also 40 condominiums, and it's great for leisure and MICE travel. Then we have the Pentry Barbados. This is one of the other upcoming hotels. It's a high-end luxury property scheduled to open in the summer of 2026 with 74 five-star ocean view rooms. And this property is actually on the way of soon opening. And the highlights of it is they have butler services as well as penthouse and chairman suites. Also, again, we have some hotel upgrades. We had the All Seasons Resort on the west coast of the island. They did some upgrades. We have the Atlantis Historic Inn. This is a hotel on the east of the island. We have the Little Good Harbor in the north, Sugarcane Club in the north, and the various properties that I mentioned to you from the Marriott properties that are being renovated. So those are some properties. Of course, we also have to freshen up. You also have to keep things modern. So these are some of the upgrades that are coming. We also have, I spoke about villas or best kept secret. And these are some of the new villa openings. We have the Merlin Beach Villas, the Grove, and Mullins Grove. So these are some of the newer villa openings that are, coming on stream. Culinary offerings. Now, Barbados is known as the culinary capital of the Caribbean. And we've gotten that by the Zagat Rated Survey. And I would say it's a foodie's paradise. When I go to Barbados, I have to try the restaurants. So I'll tell you a bit about the culinary offerings of Barbados. So a great day, a great experience, or a new adventure starts with a good meal. And these are some of the things that when you go to Barbados, although you might stay in an all-inclusive resort, we encourage you to get off the resort, experience the culture, the heritage, the nature of the destination, and go out and explore the restaurants. So persons that want to go to the destination to try different restaurants might not want to book an all-inclusive, but so there's the other resorts that I showed you just now that you can, you can choose one of those and, maybe book a resort that's, in terms of budget friendly, and then go and explore the island. Go and immerse yourself in the culture, take part in all the activities and what Barbados have to offer. So I'm going to speak a little bit about the fine dining resorts. Fine dining restaurants. So Barbados, as I said, is known as the culinary capital of the Caribbean, and visitors can sample the true taste of Barbados at its best. There are plenty of fine dining restaurants to choose from. These are just a few. The Tides Restaurant, Champers, Lone Star, Cocktail Kitchen, The Cliff, QP Bistro, and Local & Co. So I've visited all of these restaurants, and they are, I would say each restaurant have their uniqueness about it. They have a unique flavor. I would say though, one thing that's consistent from visiting all these restaurants is the service. The service is very consistent. And, these are very popular. A lot of persons that repeat, a lot of repeats go to Canada. Go to Barbados. A lot of repeats from Canada. They go to Barbados, and these are the restaurants that they frequent. Tides, Champers. Champers is my favorite of the lot here. But all of them, as I said, they have their own unique flavor. The ambience, in terms of The view from Champers beachfront, awesome, awesome view. And you can't go to Barbados and don't try the street food. Oystins. Oystins is one of the must-go things places you must go when you go to Barbados. It's a foodie's paradise in Barbados. Tourists can enjoy some of the most flavorful bites at Oystins. This is alfresco dining. If you want to do outdoor alfresco dining, this is one of the unique places that you can go to. You also have the Worthing Square, which is also alfresco dining. We have the Lemon Arbor. This is a spot in the spot in the island that you can go and enjoy delicacies of Barbados. Martins Bay, Caboose. Caboose is an old fishing boat that you know some persons took this old fishing boat and they uniquely made it into a spot. So when you go to the north of the island, you'll see this old fishing boat, and this is where you can get something called a fish cutter. What a fish cutter is, it's a sandwich. You know what you would call a sandwich? We call it a cutter because it's done in something like what you would call a salt bread. A salt bread is like what you would call a brioche bun, but we make our own flavor. It's called a salt bread. So, a cutter is fish, chicken, cheese, egg, whatever. If it's fish, it's called a fish cutter. If it's chicken, it's called a chicken cutter. If it's an egg, it's called an egg cutter. Cheese cutter. So Caboose, they do a unique flavor of fish. It's actually just on the just across the street from the beach. And you can go there and just enjoy the vibes of Barbados and sit down and relax and enjoy a fish cutter there. We also have Savvy on the Bay. This is where this is on Carlisle Bay, which is one of the, as I said, the most prestigious beaches in the world. And they have different food trucks set up there. And you can just go and relax. You can rent an umbrella and a chair. So maybe you can be staying on the west coast of the island and you can visit Savvy on the Bay and just spend the day there. You can rent a chair and umbrellas. Just about $10 for the entire day and experience all of these different food trucks, alfresco dining in Barbados.
Barbados being the culinary capital of the Caribbean.
Before I'm going to go back here. So we took some agents from all across Canada on a farm trip recently, last month. So I have some clips here. I'm going to introduce one of my colleagues, Brita. She will tell you about the experience that we introduced the agents to while they were on Barbados.
Barbados being the culinary capital of the Caribbean and the birthplace of rum, we thought it would have been a natural fit to bring our amazing Canadian agents on a culinary experience where they can enjoy some of our amazing cuisine. So today they had an opportunity to taste some of our pudding and sauce, some fish cakes, and of course some fish cutters. And from there we move on to one of our rum distilleries where they will enjoy a rum tour, of course a mixology session, and we've got something really exciting for them, which will be a competition to see who can make the best cocktail in destination. So it's really about immersing themselves into the destination and experiencing Barbados's culinary landscape.
All of them were fabulous, by the way, so job well done. I don't know if you were just trying or if you just tossed things in the container and it worked out that way, but you made some amazing cocktails.
Okay, so yes, so for the culinary enthusiasts, these are some of the things that you want to do. Barbados is the birthplace of rum, so there's a lot around rum in Barbados. There's the Mount Rum Distillery, there's the Stays Rum Distillery. So we still have 5 distilleries on the island, and going to get a rum tour and seeing how rum is made, actually doing the tastings. You cannot go to Barbados without having a rum punch. So these are some of the things, speaking about the culinary enthusiasts, visiting the rum shops around the island. You can do an island tour and do different stops. You can stop at some of these restaurants that I told you about. You can stop at some of the different what I was just going to say. You can stop at some of the different alfresco dining spots around the island. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about some of the new restaurant openings. Now, Barbados have over 400 restaurants. It's a very small island, but is the foodie capital of the Caribbean, the culinary capital of the Caribbean, sorry. So there are so many different food spots around the island. And we continue to open new restaurants. So we have the Soyobona, we have Madison Landis Bistro, we have Coast Barbados. These are some of the new restaurants that just opened. We also have Uva, that's another one that just opened on the south coast of the island. So speaking about activities, there's so much to do on the destination. There's so many different on-island activities. It's not just about going to a hotel and staying, and Barbados is a safe destination. So that's one of the things that I want to highlight to you. It's a safe destination. So your guests can, immerse themselves in the culture, experience. They don't have to worry about their safety. Of course, when you visit any destination, you be smart in terms of making sure you're smart with your safety. But it's a destination, you don't have to worry. You go to and you experience, you can go on all the different on-island activities. And that's what we want you to do. We want your clients to get off the resort and experience the destination. What to do when there's so much to do?
My Barbados is the music, the people, and especially the rum.
The things that I like to do when I visit Barbados, I like to go on an island tour. So what you saw just now in the photo there in the video, that's the Bajan bus. So that is one of the, you can do an island tour. You can hire a taxi driver to take you around the island. You can, you can do we have the the island safari. So you can do that in the island safari. You can also do the Bajan bus. That's a great experience. That is, it's an open air bus experience island tour that, so there's, a wide range of things. So that's one of the things that I love to do when I go to the island. I love to do an island tour. But what I do is that I rent a vehicle and I do it on my own. So I do it within my own time. I go around and I stop at some of the caboose. I stop at different shops around the island to try different food, and then I go and take a picturesque view on the East Coast. I go to the East Coast and I take photos. So those are some of the things that you want to do when you visit the island. So for the rum enthusiasts, as I mentioned before, Barbados is the birthplace of rum. We have five rum distilleries and many rum shops. One of the things that, is, I would say it's funny in Barbados, outside of every rum shop, there's a church in Barbados. So there's so many different rum shops. What we call a rum shop is like what you would call a bar. It's you go into the shop. There are normally a lot of different spirits, but rum is the main spirit. And, you can go there, you can just sit down and relax and, have a bite. Of course, there's always different little, food that each rum shop will have, featuring there. And it's a place you just go and you enjoy the culture. When you go there, you meet friends, you meet people, some locals that hang out there. And, as I said, it's a very safe place. So you can rent a car and you can, go around the island and experience the rum shops in Barbados. For the adventurers, these are some of the spaces that you would go to, experience. You have the Animal Flower Cave, you have the Off-Road Ferry Barbados, we have the Island Safari. That's one of the things I just mentioned. You can do the island tour. You can also do the land and sea tours where they will take you on off-road ferry and then they take you on a catamaran. So you can, so you do the land and the sea tour. We also have the Harrison's Cave Eco Adventure Park. And this is one of the most popular, I would say one of the most popular activities you do on the island. It's you go to a cave. They have so much different things there. You have the so you actually do a tram tour. They also have rum tastings. You also do zip lining. So these are some of the things that you can do on the island. I know Canadians are very, they love outdoor adventure. So there's a lot of outdoor adventure in Barbados.
So today the agents got a chance to experience the other side of Barbados. Most of the time people are always considering the sand, the sea and the sun. That's always amazing, but there's so much more to the destination. So we gave people that experience by doing some zip lining at Chukka earlier in the day, and then we came down close to the Bridgetown and we were on the Atlantis submarine, really getting an opportunity to see the lovely coral reef that Barbados has and some of the wonderful fish that are in the ocean as well. And I think it's always just making sure that the travel agents have all of the assets necessary to promote the destination in the best way possible, ensuring that when their clients are coming down, they can put together a solid itinerary, knowing what is there to do, where the island is concerned, and having a fantastic time in destination.
So what we did, as I said, we took 42 agents down to Barbados on a farm trip. And these are agents that sell Barbados. And I will tell you, as I go further in the presentation, I'll tell you how to get on one of our farm trips. All you have to do is sell Barbados. So this was my colleague, Dario. Some of you might be familiar with him. He is Dario Prescott. And what we did is that we took the agents down and then we did different tracks. So this track was the soft adventure track where he took agents. They did the Chukka, which is Harson's Cave. They did zip lining there. They also did the Atlantis submarine. And, he took them to a local fast food spot. So they did different things while they are on the island. So this is part of the soft adventure. So I just wanted to show you, what you can be experiencing when you visit Barbados. For the water lovers, we have the Atlantis submarine. We have catamaran cruises. This is one of the things I mentioned the island tour, but I also love going on catamaran cruise and swimming with the turtles when I go to Barbados. We also have the ocean racing challenge, the Rascals Barbados water park, snorkeling and swimming with the turtles, jet skis, jet cars, wakeboarding, and tide tails. So these are some of the things, if you're a water lover, these are some of the things that you can do while you're in destination, or what you can recommend, for your clients. For the history lovers, we have George Washington Museum, we have the Morgan Lewis Sugar Mill, we have the Jewish Synagogue, Mount Gay Visitor Center, and St. Nicholas Abbey. And one of the things that I recommend you can do also, if you're into history, you can do a walking tour of Barbados. You can either do a walking food tour if you're into culinary, or you can do a walking historic tour of the destination of Barbados as well.
Okay, so today we are doing the historic tour of Bridgetown. This group is Heritage and Culture. So we're taking them on a journey through Bridgetown. We're taking them to the Jewish Synagogue. We did Independence Square, and we're telling them a bit about the history of Bridgetown. There's cultural travel, so we take this opportunity to let them know the heritage and culture of Bridgetown. What we're also going to do, we're taking them on a workshop where they're going to get to learn to do stilt walking and also a bit of our culture in terms of dancing, drumming, and telling the story of Barbados.
It has been amazing to learn the history of Barbados and how this island was formed actually, and what has made up the most amazing, wonderful people that you will find here. They are the most warm and inviting souls that you'll find. So I would definitely encourage anyone that's visiting this great island to take the time to do a history tour, because you will be amazed at what you learn as to what actually formed this wonderful, wonderful island.
Okay, so that was me. That was my track, and my track was Heritage and Culture. So we took them on a journey where they get to experience the heritage and culture of the destination. They got to do dancing. They got to, what you're seeing here, Tukman. This is where you beat some drums and you beat different instruments that were made from, different pieces of, metal. So this is what we did. We did the Tukman. We took them on so they get to experience the destination, heritage and culture. We did a walking historic tour of Bridgetown. So that was some of the things that we did in that heritage and culture track.
Barbados has been called the colony that founded colonies with historic linkages to the United Kingdom, the Carolinas in the United States, and throughout the wider Caribbean.
But none of this would be possible without the key hub of Bridgetown and its garrison.
So the capital of Barbados is called Bridgetown, and Bridgetown is a World Heritage UNESCO site. So, as I mentioned, you can do a walking tour of Bridgetown to get to know a little bit more of our history, heritage of Barbados. For the nature lovers, we have beautiful gardens. We have the Andromeda Botanical Gardens. We have the Barbados Flower Forest. We have the Barbados Wildlife Reserve, where you get to see the monkeys. We have Cocoa Hills Forest, Folkestone Underwater Marine Park. So this is a wide range of, for nature. If you're into nature, you have the Hunts Gardens, you have Orchid World, Peg Farm, Nature Reserve. So there's so much to do. You realize that there's so much to do on the destination. It's not that destination that you go and you're just on a resort and you're just laying and enjoying the sun. You can go and enjoy all of what I've mentioned here.
That actually is like one of our examples of agroforestry. We actually went in here and plant fruit trees. So they got coconuts, mango, coffee, Mammy apple, Jamaican plum, bananas, and citrus, all inside of here. This is cocoa. We should probably take a picture of this before the monkey takes it, because he will take it. This over here is vanilla, the spiced vanilla here. We have a few pieces, we now starting this out. One of the things about Cocoa Hill is that we are trying to become a repository of tropical fruit trees. So we go around and exchange, beg, borrow, and bring material here, and then we plant it out in the forest. But we plant it like the forest, so that it's not in a cluster, and it's not monoculture, but it's small groups, and it can replicate itself over time.
So Cocoa Hills Forest, this is some place where you can go to do hikes. You can go and, experience the nature. This is a spot. I've been there, and, you get to see the coconuts, and, you can pick different fruits right there from the garden. So I know Canadians are really into outdoor adventure. So this is one of the spots. If you have persons that are interested in hiking, this is one of the spots that they'll visit.
Hi, I'm Quilly Wilson, Senior Business Development Officer here with BTMI Canada, and we have a romance track happening today, and that's really an opportunity for the agents to see the romantic side of Barbados. They're starting off with a workshop with Jean Hill, where she explores the various options that the island has to offer by way of romance and what a possible wedding destination could look like. Following that, we will be going to Hunt's Garden, where they will experience a demonstration of a possible wedding and what that looks like in Barbados, and then we will wrap the day up on the beautiful West Coast at QP, having lunch as a team, and again, just really showcasing the romantic side of the island and beautiful Barbados.
So Barbados is a fantastic wedding destination, and it's very easy to get married in Barbados. When you land in Barbados, all you have to do, get to the registry, get your marriage license, and by evening you can be married. So there's no wait time. You just have to have the required documents and smooth sailing in terms of saying I do. So a sample of on-island events and festivals. We have the Run Barbados Marathon that is coming up. Actually, that's next month. We have the Run Barbados, where if you have clients that are into marathons, we have that. We also have the Caribbean Premier League. We have the Barbados Food and Rum Festival, and that was last weekend. That is a big thing because we have as I mentioned, we're the culinary capital. We have food and rum together, and we have the Barbados Food and Rum Festival. We also have the Open Water Swim Festival and Sailing Week. So these are just some of the festivals and events that we have. Every month of the year, there is something happening in Barbados. There's some big festival happening in Barbados. So it's not that destination where you just go and you think you're going to a hotel and you just stay on it. There's so much to do. There's always something to do when you visit the island. So that's the Monget Sailing Week, and that's normally around January. So there's so much to do, as I mentioned. There's endless videos I can show you of, experiences that happen in Barbados. This one. So Run Barbados Marathon is happening first week. It happens every year. It's in its 43rd year. Happens every year, the first weekend in December. There's the 5K walk, there's a 10K, there's 10K, there's a half marathon, the full marathon. There's, something for everyone. So this is if you have clients that are into marathon. If you are interested in, going to Barbados for marathon, this is one of the things that, is big. As I mentioned, it's it's in its 43rd year, and it's very popular with Canadians. A lot of Canadians actually go down to Barbados for this. So this is one of the things that you can recommend, if you have clients, as I said, into marathons. So I come to tell you about the Barbados Elite Club. Now, the Barbados Elite Club is a portal we have for travel agents. So this is where you get to learn about the destination. So all of what I have just, presented here, you can actually do a training on this. So you go to Barbados Elite Club, and you can sign up as a agent and become a member. So once you're a member, this is how we choose our fam trip. So you saw that we had different persons on the fam trip. We took 42 agents from across Canada, right? And to be eligible, you have to be a Barbados Elite Club member. You have to be selling Barbados, or you have interest in selling Barbados. So the Barbados Elite Club is an e-learning reward program, and is designed to elevate travel agents to, to be expert, to sell Barbados, to provide exciting rewards for you. Once you're an Elite Club member and you go down to Barbados, we provide exclusive services for you, like VIP meet and greet. We also make sure that we organize a complimentary activity for you to do an experience as on the island, so that you'll be better able to sell Barbados. So this program reflects a strong belief that travel agents remain valuable to Barbados. So make sure that you go on to Barbados Elite Club after, and you join the Barbados Elite Club. So we also offer a lot of travel agent incentives. So being an Elite Club member, there's rewards and that incentivize travel agents to keep Barbados top of mind. And that's what we want you to do. We want you to keep Barbados top of mind. For agents that are within the, the drive zone of Pearson, right? It's a direct flight. It's a direct flight to Barbados, direct and daily, right? We also have the agents that are from across Western Canada, Eastern Canada. There's smooth connections into Pearson and Montreal. So these are some of the things that we offer fam trips. We offer monthly cash rewards. We also offer holiday prizes that strengthens the relationship and communication with valuable trade partners. Okay, so to sell Barbados with confidence, we want you to sell Barbados with confidence, and we are here to support you. We, as the business development officers, we are here to support you. Any questions or queries that you might have, we are here to support you. Let me show you some of the why Barbados. Your clients may ask you these questions. Why Barbados when you're recommending it to your clients? Because it's safe, it's welcoming, and it's easy to explore. There's a rich mix of relaxation and adventure, and there's year-round sunshine. So these are some of the why Barbados answers that you give to your clients or anybody that asks you questions, why Barbados? And the client conversation starters that you might want to have. Are you looking for more than just a beach vacation? Because Barbados is more than that. We have we have very prestige beaches, and the weather is always good all year round. However, some of these are the questions that you would ask your client conversation starters. Are you looking for more than just a beach vacation? Because yes, Barbados, as you see from all the different videos and all these different slides that they explain, that there's so much to do in destination. Would you like a destination that combines culture, cuisine, and adventure? That's Barbados. Do you enjoy authentic local experiences alongside luxury comfort? That's Barbados. So these are some of the conversational starters that you can start with your client. And pro tips for you: position Barbados as an accessible luxury. It offers value through quality, authenticity, and rich experiences. Highlight the year-round appeal, not just for peak season. So, all year round, there's festivals, there's activities happening all year round. And stress diverse experiences. It's great for families, couples, groups, and of course, solo travelers. So instead of saying Barbados is expensive, Barbados is value-rich escape and exceeds expectations. It's a destination of exceptional value for the quality you receive. It's not just a trip. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Barbados delivers authentic luxury with real value. Think of Barbados as accessible luxury, a true upgrade from the ordinary. It's about quality over quantity. Unforgettable memories, not just another vacation. And thank you. So now we come to our question and answer segment, and this is the Team Barbados.
Amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You've got quite
And
an
Susan,
audience.
before you go, I know you've been to Barbados last month. I want you to tell us a little bit about your experience in Barbados.
Oh, I would love to. I've been dying to. So, I have to say we did something a little bit different. For the first time, we actually rented a luxury villa. And, my husband and I, we always go to hotels, but we went with three other couples. So there's four couples total. And we rented a luxury villa that was just across the street from the beach. No problem. We could walk to restaurants. We did have a van. We rented a van and somebody was a fantastic driver and we could all be great passengers, which allowed us to go to Oistins on Friday night. And we did lots of great island tours. We did the Chukka Park where we did the Harrison Caves, like you mentioned. We also did the newest addition to that park. We did the new culinary experience where each couple got to cook a traditional Bayesian meal. We even had little rum sippings here and there, maybe a few more of those. we made the traditional the dessert, so like the sticky pudding dessert. We had lots of great times with that. And what else did we do? I mean, we did so much stuff. So I just want to also hook on to what you're saying. It is not just a beach vacation. We definitely went to the beach, but every day we went out and explored and immersed ourselves in the local culture, the local foods, the beer, the rum punch, maybe a few rum punches here and there. So we really loved it. I have to say it was one of our favorite trips in a very long time. And the whole group of us absolutely loved it. And the island tour, we did that in the beginning of the week. So it gave us a really great overview. So
Yeah.
it kind of led us where we wanted to go from there. So I cannot recommend Barbados enough. I'm in the Toronto area, as you know, and we flew direct from Toronto. We had a few flight options we could choose from. And I mean, I just couldn't say enough about it. The weather was great. The people were amazing, like absolutely amazing. So friendly. Everyone always said hi to us when we were on our walks. Loved the local cafes. I mean, I could go on, Lisa, but I won't.
Yeah. Yeah,
Amazing.
so you heard it from the horse's mouth. That's one of the sayings that we'll say, mean that we heard it from somebody who experienced it. So no lie.
I loved it. And it was our own personal vacation, our own choice. So everyone loves Barbados. Christine was there last month for the first time and absolutely loved it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I know that Brett on Facebook said that his grandparents did their wedding honeymoon there in the 70s, and they still have a cabinet that's dedicated to all their findings in Barbados. Amazing.
Nice.
Ooh, Leanna says she's
Nice.
overdue to
Any
go back.
questions?
All right, so let's look at some questions here, Miss. Really amazing comments. We're going to send you all the comments because there's just so many fantastic comments. But I just also want to say, I want to know, I'm just going to draw a little bit of a poll here because I think it's important. I'm going to send a poll. It's on Zoom, but for our Facebook friends, the question is, are you a Barbados Elite Club member? Because you can learn, you get the FAM opportunities, so much stuff is happening. So on Facebook in the comments, let us know just by yes or no if you're a Barbados Elite Club member. Our friends on Zoom, I could see that most of you have answered this poll, which is great. I'm going to close it off in just a moment and I'm going to share the results with Lisa. Yeah,
One of the things that I want to mention too is that our farm trips are fully paid for. You just have to show up. Our
Wow.
farm trips, all of your flights are included, your experiences, your on-island experiences are included, all of your everything is included, you know. So
Wow.
this is one we want you to sell Barbados. You know, we have different incentives and different offers. So look out for our incentive and our offers that will be coming for 2026. Every month we have a different incentive, whether it be book 5 and flight. You book 5 persons. We have one of the months we offer book 5 bookings in that month, and you automatically qualify for our farm trip. So these are some of the things. Make sure that you are an Elite Club member and you keep Barbados top of mind. You recommend it to your client, because when clients come into your office, you know, recommend it to them. You know, don't just think that it's too expensive. There's so many different accommodations as you see that I have. You know,
Super
and you
safe.
mentioned and what you mentioned about the villa, you know, it was families coming, you know, couples coming together, they rented a villa, and you know, I'm sure that worked out in terms of finances, that worked out really well.
Well, we shared the food cost. It was super safe. Everything was safe. The island's safe. But look at this here. We have almost half of the people are Barbados Elite Club members. So those that aren't, what are you waiting for? Get on board. Start learning. I think it's important. All right. We're going to get to the questions here. All right. So Carla, hello, Carla. She says, with the demand of flights increasing, is there any talk of any potential direct flights from Halifax? Even the connections are great. Some clients just prefer direct. That's fair.
Yes, I would say no, that is something that we're working on. I can't say it's, you know, it's in the pipeline. We of course, by the help of you, the agent, selling that, you know, continue to sell. And once the airlines see that there's, you know, there's demand from that area, you know, from that region, and they see that, then, you know, there's a possibility of putting on a direct flight. I don't see why they shouldn't, you know. So as I said, it's in the pipeline. We're working on it, right? You know, the more you sell Barbados from Halifax, you know, possibility, you know, sooner rather than later, there might be a flight. Because as you see, that Air Canada, they have confidence and they've put on additional flights in within, you know, Pearson, also within Montreal, from Montreal. So you never know. They might do it for Halifax.
Okay, great. I know Kim. Hi, Kim. I'm glad you joined us. Kim wants some from the Vancouver area. I mean, the demand is there, so great. Tamina just said, great webinar. I was just on the Barbados Mega Fam and it was amazing.
Oh, I know Tamina. I know her.
All right, Kelly said, is the O2 Beach Club where the Salt Ash Motel was located? I stayed there in 2018, a great beachfront.
Yes, it is. They newly renovated it. I actually stayed there on the farm trip. I had some clients that stayed there with me. Agents stayed there with me, and it was a fabulous property. We experienced the experience was amazing. So I would say I recommend O2. And they actually have some. If you have any persons getting married, they have a very good wedding package there. I will actually send out some of the, share the wedding package with you. So yeah, I do recommend O2. And the sister property is Seabreeze. And they also have the Rockley. So there's three properties within that hotel group. There's the Rockley, there's Seabreeze. So for persons, trendy couples, they would more look at the Rockley. Then for families, they're more stay at the Seabreeze. And couples, families as well, will stay at O2.
So, it's interesting because some of our group stayed on. They said, we're going to extend our stay. They changed their flights. And when we checked out of the villa, they went and stayed at the Rockley because they were golfers as
Okay.
well. So they wanted to
Yeah.
golf. So that's a great tip. A couple of
Yes.
people like KJ and Lena are asking, first of all, the pen drive, where is it located and is it all inclusive?
Yes, it's all inclusive. It's coming on the south coast of the island. I would say it is. I don't really have a lot of information of what in terms of, but I can take your email and I will send you information on get the flyer and I'll send you that information on what's coming up for that property.
And you guys can always check for any contacts for sales contacts for the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. on spoiledagent.com. You just click on tourist boards and there's their page. The whole team is there. Amazing. Okay, let's see here. So Lori's asking, are there any agent discounts for tours, activities in Barbados?
Just become a Barbados Elite Club member. Reach out to us once you're going down. And as I said, we always organize something complimentary for the agents, right? Any agents that are going down, we want you to experience, we want to be able to sell the destination. So once you're going down, reach out. There's also various properties offer travel agent rates, like Hilton. I know they have an incentive. There's the Crane. So a lot of the properties, O2, they offer travel agent incentive rates, right? So you can go down to Barbados on a travel agent incentive rate. And also for the on island excursions, they do once you reach out to us, we can arrange something for you in terms of getting discounts.
Okay. And Kim is asking, can you recommend a company that does the horseback riding excursions on the East Coast?
It might not be coming to the top of my head, but I'm sure I have that information. I'll reach out to you after, Kim, and send you that information. But I'm sure they do have it's not coming to me right now, the name of the company, but they do have different companies that offer horseback riding. Yes.
Okay, and that's the good thing is also for Lisa, we send her all the questions, all the chat box, so she has everything, so she can get back to you for that. I can't remember, Carl's asking, who's the business development officer for Quebec? Is it Ukwili?
Ukweli Wilson. Yes,
Right.
Ukweli Wilson.
Okay.
So her email is Ukweli, that's UK, is there, ukweliw@visitbarbados.org.
Do you mind going back to the slide before that has your whole list there? And it's also on spoiledagent.com, guys. Just again, go to tourist boards and you're going to click on Barbados. The whole team is there for you. Just while you're doing that, Lisa, Lynn is asking, clients may not want to rent a car. Is there any all-inclusive resorts or condo styles that are not all-inclusive, that are walking distance to town, or perhaps offer a free shuttle to town, also to the swimmable beaches? And every beach there is gorgeous. My goodness.
Yes. So not she said non all-inclusive, right?
Right. But walkable.
Not all-inclusive. What I would recommend the Hilton. The Hilton, it sits on Carlisle Bay. It's a very nice location, very close to Bridgetown, also very close to, if you want to go to the South Coast. So, I would recommend the Hilton. There's also Sugar Bay. Sugar Bay is all-inclusive, but the non-all-inclusive I recommend is Hilton around that area.
Right.
There's also the Savannah, there's the Blue Horizon, there's Coconut Court Hotel. It's also close to Bridgetown. It's within walking distance to, a lot of stuff, a lot of restaurants as well.
Okay, great.
So and I will recommend Hilton, Coconut Court. Those are two of the ones that are very close to within walking distance to Bridgetown.
And just kind of on that topic, Carla's asking, so can you maybe give like a rough budget for people for meals per person, and how is the tipping culture in Barbados?
Okay, so the tipping culture is that you tip at your own discretion. There's no, I would say, there's no there's nothing set in stone in terms of how you tip in Barbados. You tip at your discretion. If you want to, if you think that person gave you good service, you tip. If you don't think that there's no expectation to receive a tip, right?
Okay.
It's because it's tipping at your at your leisure.
And the
That was
food,
one of the
like
questions. There was one more.
Yeah, the food to like
Oh, in terms of price range, I would say the price range in terms of outside of fine dining, if you just want to have a nice lunch or whatever, I would say within the range of for lunch, I would say 50 Barbados per person. That might even be a little bit more than what it is, but I would say 50 Barbados per person if you want to have if you're out on an island tour and you want to stop to have lunch somewhere, you're going to stop at maybe a local shop or whatever. Most of the food at the local shops will be like, I would say around like 30 Barbados dollars, but I would just give it a range of 50 Barbados dollars. Note the 50 Barbados dollars is 2 to 1 US dollar, so that's like 25 US, and then you can rate it from the Canadian. The Canadian dollar is 1.45 or 1.5 to the Barbados dollar.
And just to your point, we were going to get rotis sometimes for lunch. They were like, maybe $5-10, depending on where you got it from. So it
like
depends.
15 Barbados dollars, 20 Barbados dollars the most. You
Yeah.
can there's a popular fast food restaurant, it's called Chafet.
Yes,
In
we went
terms
there.
of if you're going to Chafet, if you're out and you say, well, you want something fast food and you want something, quick and easy, I would say about 25, 30 Barbados dollars. I would say comparable to here, what you would buy in a fast food restaurant here is comparable.
But
It's just the exchange difference.
So I have to say, like, we also went one night to a really nice restaurant because we wanted to end things off at a nice one, which was on the beach, and it was called Lone Star Garage. Lone Star Garage, but they
Lone Star.
But they
Okay,
had
yes.
on the night we went, I can't remember the night anymore, but they change it. They have like a special, which included half a
Yes.
bottle of wine, your main meal, and a dessert. And I don't remember the price offhand, but it was amazing food, amazing wine, and amazing views. And it made it really reasonable for all of us to go as a group. And we just loved ending off with the torches going on the beach, and it was just a gorgeous place. So that's called the Lone Star Garage, if anyone's interested.
Yes. It's a 10, and they also have a 10-room property. So it's a
yes.
It's a restaurant and it's a hotel as well. Have 10 rooms and then it have the restaurant.
That's a beautiful place.
Yes.
Okay, so Julia's asking, my clients worry about getting to restaurants. So what's the local transportation cost like? And I know when I walked out to the main street, the bus went all the time.
Yes. Okay. So the local transportation in terms of cost, it's $3.50 Barbados. And that is one-way trip. $3.50 Barbados, which will be roughly about $2 something Canadian, $2 Canadian. Yeah, about $2 Canadian.
Okay.
And most of the hotels are located within walking distance to many restaurants. So it's easy. If you're staying on the West Coast, there's Whole Town where you can get some of the restaurants there. If you're staying on the South Coast, there's St. Lawrence Gap. There's also a lot of restaurants on the South Coast. If you're staying in the east of the island, that's the only part. There are 1 or 2 restaurants on the East Coast. They're like if you're staying at Wyndham or Crane, and then a lot of these hotels have restaurants within the hotel. So there's no I wouldn't say there's any difficulty in accessing the restaurants.
Okay.
And of course, you can do the local transportation, or all the hotels, they have taxis that you can take a taxi. There's also Uber. Uber is in Barbados now, so it's easy to get around as well.
So just a couple more questions. If anyone has to go sell Barbados, we get it. We just have a couple more questions we're going to take for sure. First of all, Laura, any recommendations about what currency to bring?
I would recommend you can bring the US dollars for sure, because everywhere takes US dollars. Canadian dollars is also welcomed, but it would recommend that you go to the bank. If you're going to take Canadian dollars, you go to the bank when you get there and you change it, because because of the Canadian dollar, it fluctuates. You don't want to run into a position where you go somewhere and they give you less than what it really is, So you will definitely go to the take US dollars, is 2 for 1 everywhere. As I said, the Canadian dollar fluctuates, so you want to make sure that you want to. Or Barbados have all of the different banks that you have here. You have Royal Bank of Canada, you have CIBC, you have Scotiabank in Barbados. So you can take your debit card, you can go to any of those banks, and you can withdraw the currency in Barbados dollars when you get there.
Yep, I saw lots. I saw them all. You're right.
Yes. So that is one of the easier things you can do. But if not, I would recommend taking the US dollars.
Okay, great. Let's see here. Okay, Kelly
And
just
one of the
registered.
things we didn't mention is very safe to drink the water in Barbados. So you don't have to worry about drinking. You can drink the water because we're Carlstone country, and the water is filtered and it's very, very, very nice water.
And we agree.
Pure.
We
We
learned
think we
that
have the
too.
best water in the world.
We went and bought all this water, and then we're like, oh, we learned day 2 we can drink it. So we're like, eh. Just a quick thing here. Kelly said, I just registered for the Barbados Elite Club. Amazing. Julia, thanks for this presentation. She just registered as well. And the last question is from Lena. Is Harbor Light still operating? It was a lot of fun to go to back in the day.
Yes, it still operates, and still located in the same place. And they actually have they have the different shows and stuff there still. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, you did a fantastic job, Lisa. You're an amazing ambassador for Barbados Tourism Inc. And we love working with you guys and your whole team that's here on the screen. It has been great, amazing feedback. We're going to send you everything so you have it. But next week, guys, if two spoiled agents get an email from Lisa, open it up because it's going to be a gift card. And it's the great time to start shopping for the holidays. So that can help out for sure. And they're all saying thank you. And I want to say thank you, Lisa. Thank you, all the spoiled agents, for
Remember that we're
joining
here
us.
to support you. We're here to support you. So any questions you have, feel free to reach out to any one of us. Even if you have if you're from wherever and you have my email, you want to reach out to me, we will. We all work as a team, and we all will assist you in every way. So we're here to support you.
Fantastic, amazing, and thank you for everything. And have a fantastic Friday, everyone.